Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Huda London. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the contents in this channel. This clip was made by Inside Edition 8 months ago. Fingerprints was found at the crime scene.
This be the killer's handprint? The ghostly image appeared when this window was dusted for prints.
There's no doubt that it's an important item of evidence. There has to be a point of entry and a point of exit in a crime like this. If there is a handprint, it may be very significant.
I can show you. And we're learning that 21-year-old Kaylee Gonsalves may have been the killer's prime target. Published reports say that Kaylee was subjected to a more brutal attack than the other three victims. She was killed on the same bed along with her best friend, Madison Mogen. News Nation reporter Brian Enton is in Idaho covering the investigation.
There's a number of different theories possible. Since her wounds were more significant than Maddie's, is it possible she was the target? Yes. Or is it possible that she woke up and was trying to fight back and that Maddie was the target?
As the investigation enters its fourth week, Kaylee's father is expressing disappointment with the local police.
Do you feel confident in the police investigation and the people investigating right now?
I do not feel confident, and that's why I push the envelope and say a little bit more. I hate to be that guy, but there's a job to do for everybody. Has a job and a role to play in this. This is my role as a parent.
He says he's raising money to hire a private detective. The two surviving roommates who slept through the attack are breaking their silence. Poignant letters from Dylan Mortensen and Bethany Funk were read aloud by a pastor at a memorial service in an Idaho church. Dylan wrote,
I know it would be hard to not have the four of them in our lives, but I know Xana, Ethan, Maddie, and Kaylee would want us to live life and be happy.
I hope this story here is all about these kids. Otherwise, it's just a cancer inside you. And I'm not willing to live with that inside me. We're not going to walk around with darkness in our heart for the rest of our lives.
Over 8 weeks ago, 4 young lives brutally taken in the tight-knit college town of Moscow, Idaho.
But this morning, a grieving father of one of the victims, Kaylee Gonsalves, talks about the week that he finally started to get some answers. Investigators say Kaylee was killed in the same bed as her best friend, Madison Mogen, in a house just off the University of Idaho campus, November 13th. Downstairs, their roommate, Xana Kernodle, and her boyfriend, Ethan Chapin, also stabbed to death.
The man accused of murdering the 4 students was arrested in Pennsylvania, as you most likely have heard by now, and then flown to Idaho almost a week ago now. 28-year-old Washington State University PhD student Brian Koberger is facing 4 counts of first-degree murder and a burglary charge for going into that home on King Road in Moscow with the intent to commit murder.
A detailed probable cause affidavit, a court document, was released Thursday, laying out why investigators think that he is the one who killed those 4 students.
And as Koberger sits there in the Layton County Jail without bail, Gonsalves told our Morgan Romero on Friday he is breathing a small sigh of relief.
Right now, the details made public in the Idaho.
I miss what she meant to the family.
And she meant the world. The planner, the one who pushed the envelope. 21-year-old Kaylee Gonsalves leaves a big void in her big family.
Holiday, she was the one who wanted to do the gingerbread houses and push it, but she knew to make memories, you got to do those type of things. So we'll miss that gift that she brought to us every single day, and she was a little ornery too, so we'll miss that as well.
Kaylee's father, Steve, smiled as he reflected on her love of country music and concerts, and her love of her best friend, Madison Mogen, whom she grew up alongside and died alongside.
I just read a letter where Maddie wrote to Kaylee talking about their friendship, and it was powerful, and they were beyond sisters, because sisters are, you kind of forced to get along. These two didn't, they weren't forced. They were just like yin and yang. And
Kaylee, Maddie, and one of the roommates, Xana Kernodle, were stabbed to death in their house near U of I on the morning of November 13th. Xana's boyfriend, Ethan Chapin, was also killed.
I'm here for my daughter and Maddie, but there's 2 other people that are just as important, and their kids went through just as much, and their losses are just as real. like I was going to be required to come out and make sure that the story didn't die, and we built some momentum, and we got everyone involved that we possibly could.
That momentum increased.
I mean, it took forever for me.
When police announced they arrested the man they think took the students' lives.
If there was ever a team, a dream team, to solve a crime and put it together correctly, we got him. So that's why I just sit back and now it's just going to be a slow drag.
What are you feeling now that we know who the suspect is?
I feel relief. It was nearly 7 weeks of absolutely no clear guidance that we were on the right track. We had evidence. We knew there was evidence, but all that can mean nothing until you have a face and a person and personality to put it towards. Tell yourself to be careful because you never know for sure. You know, it's a defendant. It's not done. There's still a lot more work to do. So